Welcome back in the Gators Talk. I am your host, Millionaire Trader Alex Jenkins, guys. I have another one for you guys. I have two videos for you guys. And they are really coming after the Gators, y'all. Y'all know why. Y'all watched the spring game. Y'all seen how we looked out there offensively. So the media guys have a lot to say. Y'all probably pretty much watched all the recaps over the weekend. And a lot of people said a lot of different things. I haven't really got a chance to sit down and watch everybody recap, but I am going to get a chance to sit down and watch everybody recap and see what they had to say. But it's the national media's turn. And also a big YouTuber like Josh Pate has what he has to say about the Gators. And I'm just going to get into some of this footage, man, so y'all can see what they got to say. I'm going to just go ahead and drop it right on in here.
Doing a little exercise about spotlight teams. Some of the teams that may or may not be a national title contender this year, but there's just something extra that's interesting about them to me. And I wanted to talk to you about Florida. I got 4 of them for you right quick. Florida's one of them, though. They were bad last year, not to put too fine a point on it. They were 1-5 versus top 25 teams. 30 was the magic number defensively. They were 0-6 when allowing 30 or more. They were 6-1 when they allowed less than 30. I don't think that's shocking. What is a little bit of a shock to the senses, I guess, is they are back-to-back sub 500 now for the first time since 78 and 79. Bradley wasn't even born then. Junior director Bradley wasn't even around. That's a long time ago. Remember the era we're in, because it has a lot to do with how people are going to talk about Billy Napier this year. We are in that whole portal, NIL, post-Lincoln Riley USC resurrection era. And all that sounds like Cam Newton word salad. What that means is once a guy has taken over a fledgling program and reignited it overnight, like Lincoln Riley just did USC, by using the transfer portal in NIL, folks are going to think anyone should be capable of doing that, again, just like that, overnight. And when you don't, instead of someone saying, have patience, that one person's going to be drowned out by 38 other people saying, no, forget patience. Lincoln Riley did it. Why can't you do it? We're Florida, after all. What do they have that we don't? That's the way it's going to go. I'm not saying I agree with it, but you know I'm right. That's the way it's going to go. Now, you go 9-3 this year, I won't have to listen to it. But you go 7-5, 6-6, you're struggling to make a bowl game again, we absolutely will have to deal with it. That's the first thing. Another thing is Billy Napier came from Louisiana, and he came from the G5 ranks. And whether it's fair or not, there are other jobs that will come open, and athletic directors and hiring search firm committee types, whether it's fair, again, or not, they are going to use this as a barometer. And sure enough, if you're looking at a G5 candidate for your Power 5 head coaching position, someone in the room is going to say, well, remember what Billy Napier did at Florida over the past 2 years. This year will determine whether that is a positive or a negative. Because if he's put up back-to-back subpar seasons, someone's going to say, I don't know, do we want to end up like Florida? You know, because you've seen one G5 head coach, you've seen them all, right? Again, I don't have to like it or endorse it. Just telling you that broad brush will be painted with by folks in the hiring position. And not the least of which, in this whole equation, is we've got the balance of power in the SEC East up for grabs. And it was for a long time a belief that it's Georgia, Florida, Florida, Georgia, and it was. Tennessee was nowhere to be found. Well, then all of a sudden, Tennessee rebounded. And Tennessee is now a plus 2,200 team in the SEC to win the whole thing, to win the national championship. They have the 4th best odds in the SEC to win the national championship. You know who has the second to worst odds? Florida. Balance of power. Those folks in Gainesville, while they will not tolerate long-term Georgia dominating them, they at least understand it. They don't understand Tennessee all of a sudden riding the ship this quickly and them not. Florida, big-time spotlight program.
Guys, that's Josh Pate. late kick. You hear what he had to say. He's not too down on the Gators though. At the same time, he's trying to play the middle here and try to stay neutral. He don't want to put forth a bad future forecast on the Gators and to turn around and bite him in his ass. One thing about Josh Pate is trying to be correct as he can possibly be and accurate as he can possibly be when he's on the air. So that is his take, and it's going to be public. So he want to make sure he dot his I's and he crosses his T's when he's live on air because that's on the record. Now, when it comes to the Gators, so he's kind of, taking it easy and he's kind of taking a soft road. He's not taking it real hard on the Gators after spring. You know what I mean? So he's taking a easier road, not the rough road. He don't want to go against the grain. He's kind of on our side a little bit, but kind of, it's kind of like saying, hey, but something can happen. This is not, he is a group of 5 coach. You got 2 losing seasons, back-to-back seasons. You're down there in the bottom of the division when it comes to odds of even winning the division and winning the national championship. We're bottom of the barrel right now. He's placing the statistics. He's letting the statistics speak for themselves and saying, hey, you guys are at the bottom, so I don't need to beat you down while you're at the bottom. Your numbers say it right there. I'm just going to say I am on the up and up. He's only been in the system only a year, and what we're going to see, we have to wait, and he's on the wait and see approach right now. So he may have something to say after next season, but this season he don't have much to say. But after next season, I can guarantee he's going to have something to say. But guys, I got another one for you guys. And I'm going to go ahead and get it on the screen here. Here we go.
I was amused by your tweets last night of the high-scoring shootout down at the Swamp. What did you make out of Billy Napier's second spring game?
Paul, can we put someone on the hot seat after a spring game? Because I don't think there were any winners last night in Gainesville. And yes, I did have some fun with it, but I was basically just tweeting out what was actually happening on the field. It was embarrassing. And, I've been many times saying we need patience with Billy Napier. I like what they're doing on the recruiting trail. That's fantastic. And Florida fans should be fired up about all that. But when we sit here and we say maybe year 3, maybe year 4, when we got Josh Heupel turning around Tennessee, Shane Beamer turning around South Carolina, heck, Brian Kelly just won the SEC West in his first year at LSU. Billy Napier's got to get it done on the field, and it's not helping that his main rivals, back-to-back national champion, may win a third. Florida State is ascending as a top 10 team seemingly in the upcoming preseason. So, all these excuses are nice, but all he's really doing is loading the roster for the next coach if he can't get it done on the field.
We're looking at a significant paradigm shift, are we not, with Florida? They are. Where are they right now in the SEC East in terms of your estimation?
They're battling with Missouri, and that's kind of sad to say if I'm a Florida fan. You could even throw Vanderbilt in there, and I don't just jump out and say that because heck, they lost to Vanderbilt. Anytime you lose to and this is not the best Vanderbilt ever. This is a rebuilding Vanderbilt that had something like a 20-game SEC losing streak. You find a way to lose to them. I don't understand. And again, if Florida State, if Miami starts to emerge, it's going to be even tougher to recruit in that state. This is just, they're trying to do the Alabama-Georgia thing, but they're doing it without the players. So, yeah, I think you just have to try to do something different. That's what they're doing in Columbia, South Carolina. That's what they're doing in Knoxville, Tennessee, and it's working for them. I just think we've come to the point, Paul, where Kirby and Nick Saban have kind of mastered this blueprint, and every time someone tries to mimic it, it fails miserably. And it's far too early to say Florida is going to be a disaster, but after a season, it certainly looks to be trending that way.
We'll leave it on that happy note. Michael Bratton from that SEC podcast. Michael, you be well. You take care of yourself and be secure after these comments.
Absolutely. Thanks, Paul.
Okay.
Y'all heard it? Michael Bratton says we're trending towards another disaster. Do y'all believe that? If Billy Napier, no, he have to seize this moment. He have to seize this moment right now. He got to realize and start playing buddy ball and get the right guys in here that's going to allow this program to win. Now, this offensive coordinator he have, I think Rob Sell and Darnell Stapleton, those two guys do a pretty good job. But at the same time, like I said, one of those guys are pushing on the offensive lineman in a way that they don't like it. And then the coordinator's not designing a more complex or more dynamic passing offense. Our offense is very basic. It's very basic and very simple. That's not going to work in the SEC. It's too many great athletes for you to run a basic offense in the SEC. These athletes are great. Most of these guys are the top, or they go in the first 5 rounds of the NFL draft and go on to be stars in the NFL. You think you're going to run a basic passing offense against these teams and the top tier teams? They're going to make you look like crap. They're going to shut you down, and your offense ain't going to be able to will not be productive all game long because you got a lackluster, pedestrian passing attack. Billy Napier needs to seize this moment and upgrade his passing offense. Get a passing game coordinator or something. He need to upgrade this system going into this year. This year is going to be a big year for him, and it's going to be a make or break year for him. Like he's going to, just like Josh Pate said, it's going to be on the, whether it's going to be he's going to have a good report card or he's going to have a bad report card. This what he's going to have to fix that quarterback situation and the passing offense. I think the defense may be just fine. We got to keep teams under 30 or keep them under 20, and we win a lot of ball games. But we can't have a pedestrian offense. Billy Napier, this is the time for you to seize the moment. You're telling the players the same thing. Now it's on you to seize the moment and prove these guys wrong about you being a group of 5 coach moving into the big leagues and try to run the Nick Saban formula. You're going to have to prove, you got something to prove out here. You got to get the job done. And the Florida base, I told you in the beginning, well, about Austin Armstrong, it applies to Napier as well. These guys is teetering, man. They're on the fence, and they got chains on these guys. These guys are ready to be unleashed on you now. They chained to the fence. They there. They're trying to be on the other side of the fence and be on the good side where you safe at. You want the dogs on the other side of the fence, man. You need to fix this offense. I think Austin Armstrong may be solid, or maybe we'll see what Austin Armstrong will do coming the season. But the media takes a chunk out the Gators, man. Until y'all fix this situation, they're gonna continue to take a chunk out of us, and we'll continue to be the laughing stock of the SEC and getting beat by Vanderbilt in Missouri. And the Gator fans are not gonna take that. No, they're not. We're not going to go down without a fight. And it seems what this guy says, we're trending down. One guy says he don't know. He's going to wait and see. That's what's going to happen. And us Gator fans, we're not going for it. at all. So we're going to see what he does. We're going to try to apply some pressure, some good pressure on him. I hope the other writers and podcasters apply some pressure to him as well. Just good, healthy, clean pressure on him to be a better coach and put and implement a better system in place. Just like they had to upgrade the NIL deal after the debacle with Jaden Rashada, and they tried to fix that. Well, we need to go ahead and fix this right now coming out of spring. It's a quarterback situation and a passing offensive system that need to be upgraded or tweaked in some shape or form. That needs to happen. Austin, you went and got an Austin Armstrong, so you have him in the system. That's something that's a wait and see approach on that. Now special teams, we got to figure it out. We're gonna have to figure it out. We need some points out of special teams. We need something to happen out of special teams, whether we get a ball back, or we get a kick return or punt return, or we get a block kick. We need something else out of special teams. But the national media was going to continue to try to make us a laughingstock. And Billy Napier, you got to step up to the plate, man, and make sure and step up to the podium and step it up on the sidelines, guy. But guys, what y'all think about what these guys said, man? They're taking a dump on us. They're taking a chunk out. They're taking a bite out of us, and they're trying to make us look bad, guys. So what do you guys think? What do you guys think? Just let me know down in the comment section, guys, or right down here below. Let me know what's going on. It's all about the orange and blue, guys. It's all about the orange and blue, guys. Go Gators.